Okay, and we are back. Sorry about the previous recording, guys. I went back and gave it a quick listen to, and I only realized after the fact how bad the audio quality was. I've got a new recording set up, so hopefully you guys can hear me. But that said, you know, you're really here just to see the matches. You're not really here for my commentary. So if you still want to go back and watch it, just mute me. I'm not saying anything of super high interest anyway, to be honest with you. Get some joys on the top half. But yeah, welcome back. It's been a couple of days since the previous recording just because I had to sort things out. And we're ready to start the quarterfinals, which brings us to the first match, which is an absolute classic, Joey versus Yugi. So to quickly go through some key stuff from last time again. Hi, I'm Denithan. I'm just going to be doing some recordings of Yu-Gi-Oh! AI tournaments because I like watching the AI fight each other. I've gone through every single character in this game and made them a deck. Well, every single anime original character. I've not bothered with the Tag Force exclusives because they've got their own thing going on and whoever made them knows what they're doing. But I've gone through and I've just kind of given them... You guys will see. One thing I did last time was I just went through everyone's decks quickly, and just to quickly blast through that, this is not Joey with his red eyes. This is Battle City Joey when he didn't have his red eyes, or at least it's themed after Battle City Joey. It's a bit more consistent. I tried to make everyone's decks as competitive as possible. And yeah, let's get to it. Joey versus Yugi. Oh, just so everyone knows, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 Tag Force Special. Arguably Tag Force 7. It's the last Tag Force game we ever got, which was, yeah, absolutely fantastic series if you've never played them. I strongly recommend you go and have a look. This is inarguably the worst Tag Force, but this is the only one that has, like, DM and Arc 5 characters and has such a wide spread of characters, so... Bit of a waste of Mirror Force there, but hey-ho. Oh, so the AI in this will physically hurt you. Be ready. And we can already see what Yugi's got going on. He's using a silent deck, Silent Magician, Silent Swordsman, but with a few of his like more powerful key cards included. So, you know, Monster Reborn, well, not Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, Change of Heart, etc., etc. Level 2 Morphing Jar? Does he have Morphing Jar? I gave a lot of people Morphing Jar, even if they didn't have Morphing Jar, just because... Yeah, Morphing Jar. Man, that is 10 cards from their decks gone immediately. That is impressive. Okay. What a time for swords, eh? And whatever cards they get added to their hand, it's just immediately gone thanks to Morphing Jar. Oh man, Yuki got really lucky with that monster spread. He lost literally, like, almost nothing from his hand, while Joey actually lost some really strong spell and trap cards. I will say Joey's deck is predominantly Fire Warriors, with a few non-Fire Warrior cards tucked in. Guilford the Lightning, Marauding Captain, a few other bits and bobs. He's also got some of his strongest cards in the deck. I'm not going to spoil most of them. Oh, but Avarice. This is a really strong start for Yugi. And Joey's already most of the way through his deck. This is a really good duel to start off with, man. Ooh, ooh. Oh no, that's not good, buddy. Because you just swapped your Marshmallow into attack position. Oh no. That's a lot of damage coming your way. Or it should be. Ooh, that is a lot of damage coming your way. I didn't even clock that Guilford got sent to the graveyard. That must have happened with Morphing Jar. Not going to be enough to kill him, but it's going to put him in Destiny Draw territory. For anyone who doesn't know, there's a mechanic in this game where if your life points are reduced to less than half, or sometimes less than half of your opponents, you get access to Destiny Draw. which are key cards you've got set in your deck that you draw when you're close to losing. You can set them in the deck editor. It's just to imitate the Destiny draw mechanic from the anime. Oh. Ooh, is Joey about to win off of just like... Jeez, how does Yugi pull this back? Those fairy boxes basically... They near enough... Well, they just make it desperately unsafe for Yugi to really swing in. Pot of Greed comes forward. Oh, so this is little Yugi, not big Yugi. Don't come at me with where's Dark Magician, where are the God cards. He doesn't have them. Okay. You might be able to force Joey to lose just by deck out, if I'm being honest with you. What else could he maybe pull? If he has a card destruction... No, card destruction would just nerf the shit out of him. Sorry. Would just nerf himself here. And yeah, you really cannot risk attacking here if you're Yugi. At some point he's going to, but he really can't risk it. Okay, so there's Flame Swordsman coming out. Are you going to use them as tribute fodder? Because you've got 3... No. Oh, Amazoness Queen, because we did see him draw that. Yeah, that adds up. 7 cards left. Don't do it. Don't do it. He did it. He did it. Well, okay. Wow. Yugi actually got... All he had to do was hold off a turn or 2 more, and he would have been fine. He probably had a magic cylinder face down. Still I'm drawing to a couple of those. Wow, okay. There you go. Yugi's done. Second verse, same as first, I guess, is we've got another Joey duel. But this time it is Joey with his Waking the Dragon / Red Eyes deck. Really surprised he got this far. I was talking about it in the previous installment, or previous part, that like this particular deck I'm not the biggest fan of, because this game massively predates all of the, you know, Joey, like, I'm trying to think how to word it. I think this is normal Kaiba. Yeah, I also explained in the last one that a lot of characters who had multiple decks or multiple iterations of the same deck have been split apart. So, like, Kaiba is Seto and Kaiba, with Seto being Battle City, God cards, viruses, and Kaiba being him during the World Championship arc a bit later on, where he has Chaos Emperor Dragon and a lot more on the way of Light and Dark Dragons. I've obviously changed the decks around a bit to, again, make them more consistent. Like, you know, Kaiba's got Dark Horus. He does not... He's probably earns that card. It's Kaiba. But we never see him with the card, is what I should say. Early Chaos Emperor Dragon there. Rough decision, but I guess. And that is definitely a Cyberjar face down. Yep. Fun fact, more characters than you think had Cyberjar in the original series. I'll also say that pretty much every character that is from DM in this has Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity, because literally everyone in the original series used Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity. And I've done that for every era. Like, I think in 5Ds, because everyone had Angel Baton, and obviously Angel Baton's not in this game, everyone just has Graceful Charity, because it's the closest thing we have to Angel Baton. And Matt... Oh, that Fiber Jar is gone. That is disappointing. That's Wow, okay. So for anyone who wasn't actually watching that, Kaiba used Dimension Fusion to grab back his Blue Eyes and Dark Horus, and Joey immediately used Bottomless Trap Hole to just get rid of them again. Oh, Five-Headed Dragon. Yeah, I gave this to him because, there's the... I can't remember what the name of the kid was. I think it's leading into Battle City. It might be after Battle City. Where there is a kid who does, like, a duel against one of Kaiba's bots that's meant to be using a Kaiba deck, and it uses Scapegoat, DNA Transplant, and then Polymerization to summon Five-Headed Dragon. Results in Yugi taking over the kid's deck and managing to beat the monster, but... Okay, what? I'm not sure what Joey was playing at there, but don't judge me. Judge Joey. Okay, so another deck destruction virus. So, yeah. Ooh, that Monster Reborn is iconic. Yeah. But he's not using it. Okay. I will say one of the biggest issues facing Kaiba is I'm pretty sure he has just straight up dropped all of his Blue Eyes at this point. Not even to the graveyard. I think most of them are just gone. I think he's got one left in one left in grave, and then I think he's got two banished. So that Maiden with Eyes of Blue is not going to be doing a whole lot for him here. And he's also locked himself out of Blue Eyes Ultimate. But that doesn't mean he's locked out of the win. Dark Horus filling the board. Like, I always forget that Dark Horus can do that. Okay. Oof. Yeah, okay, Kaiba wins. Kaiba takes it. Absolutely dominating Joey with the virus side of his deck. There you go. One thing I will say, I sort of spoke about this in the previous one. Starting with the semifinals, I'm going to start doing best 2 out of 3. Up until then, just for the sake of time, and yeah, I'm sticking to just best 1. In the future, I might start doing best 2 out of 3 from quarters on. We'll find out. Next one up is Duke and Pegasus, which is an interesting matchup in my opinion. I think Pegasus probably takes it though, because this is Pegasus with his Relinquished, which includes Thousand Eyes Restrict. I will say that Pegasus is another one that's split in two. There's the Pegasus from GX, which is using his tunes based on his duel with Crowler and... Give me 2 seconds. What is this character's name? Bonaparte. I hate Bonaparte. I know literally no one who likes Bonaparte. Duke. If you're that one dude who likes Bonaparte, why? He's a Napoleon joke. That's it. That's all he is. And he massively outstays us. I am going on a rant. No one needs to hear that stuff. But yeah, if I had to put money out, I'm going to say that Pegasus takes this one. But Duke has surprised me a few times before. It all comes down to, can he get rid of Thousand Eyes Restrict? If he can get rid of Thousand Eyes Restrict, Duke's got a fairly easy way to get to the win. He's got a lot of cards that will negate the effect of Relinquish, so he can just run it over. But that Thousand Eyes Restrict is going to be a real issue for him. Ooh, okay. So he's not in any danger here now. Okay, bit of a waste of premature, but I guess if you are aiming for some form of damage on Duke here, what else are you gonna do, really? I'm not gonna lie, I don't even remember what Flint does, eh? Here we go, Gravity Blaster will basically make it so you can just run over Relinquished and cards like it. But as soon as he loses, well, as soon as Thousand Eyes Restrict comes out, that monster is gone. Never mind! Holy! Wow! Duke just came out swinging with the OTK! Good on you, Duke, mate! Wow! Take Pegasus out before he can get to Thousand Eyes. There we go. Okay, next one is a fun matchup that never happened, unfortunately. It is Yami Marik versus Seto. I'm not too surprised that both versions of Kaiba got into the finale of the DM tournament. Well, not the finale, but got this far into the DM tournament. I'm a little bit surprised that Yami Marik did, because his deck is a bit questionable, if I'm being honest with you. Mostly because his deck has so much of a torture theme, and it pulls in every which direction, so... We're gonna see if Kaiba can pull over that with his own God card and viruses. Okay, ready, ready. In we swing. Okay, Mr. Tomato early start. Kinda sucks for Kaiba here, but hey ho. Future Fusion. I mean, yeah. Yeah, okay. Nightmare Wheel? Not Nightmare Wheel! Wonder what the face on card is then. He needs 2 turns before that thing becomes big. I've got no idea what that level 2 is. Giant Giant, okay. For another block? No. Oh, for Lava Golem. It was Marik's turn. Ooh, good burn damage set up right there. Kaiba needs to get rid of that Lava Golem now. Okay, that'll do it. We won't get rid of the Lava Golem, but it will get rid of Master Restrict. At which point you just have a 3000 attack beater. So fun fact. We never actually see Kaiba play Harpy's Feather Duster, but we know he owns it and that it's in one of his decks. I think he shows it in the briefcase a couple of times when he's trying to convince Yugi to take his cards. I think it's actually in his briefcase on 3 different occasions when he's trying to convince Yugi to take his cards. So yeah. Okay, that is a win for Kaiba. Very quick, very clean. I liked that. Not as fun as Duke's win, but I'm glad to see that was a nice, quick, you know. Yeah. And then we get to the best 2 out of 3s. Starting with Joey versus Kaiba. It will be incredibly funny if the first DM tournament I ever record results in Kaiba versus Kaiba, but I don't think I'm going to be so blessed. Joey is in the red at this time. If I'm being honest, I suspect Joey's got the edge here, thanks to his fairy boxes and thanks to just the style, the way these two play. Kaiba is very beatdown focused, and this version of Joey is all about getting an attack lock with his Marauding Captains and Valkyrian Knight and kind of lucking through momentum. And I don't see Kaiba being clever enough with his cards to... Yeah. asking if Kaiba even, Oh, okay. Throw out that Harpy's Feather Duster early. Immediately understand he's clogged. But luckily he's got the Destiny Draw coming, which, you know, should give him Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, Cyberjar. Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed into Trade In. Call of the Haunted. Go back up to Dark Horus. Swing over the Blue Flame Swordsman. Joey doesn't have another fire monster in his graveyard to fall back from. Okay, so Kaiba's managed to get back into the chair here. I don't think Joey can get the... to be fair, actually, I was just thinking, if he's got United We Stand and a monster, he gets back in the chair immediately, but... Okay. Who do I favor to win this? Right now. What to say? Yeah, there's the fairy box. One of the most infuriating cards. I think what's so frustrating about fairy box is you can't even, like, guarantee... Oh, that was rough. Okay, maximum 6 could be handy here. It all depends on what he rolls. But ooh, that was a really good roll on Joey's part. Whew. You can't even attack over it because fairy box, yeah. Oh, and then United Boost it. This is going to get worse and worse for Kaiba. That one monster is just going to become bigger and bigger and bigger. But there's not really much you can do while fairy box is there because, you know, if you risk attacking over it, you know, 50-50 chance you just immediately die. Ooh. I don't know if the AI is smart enough to know how to get through this. I don't mind, he doesn't get any cards from that anyway. Okay, so next turn he'll get his... Ooh. Yeah, I would here too. Go into a top decker's game. Immediately punished. With the weakest monster in his graveyard. Joey going for the insult there. Okay, so Joey takes round 1. 2 more matches. Since Kaiba lost, you know, he'd get to pick go second or first. I think he'd pick to go second because, you know, big beatdown deck plus the extra card draw. For anyone who's not played Yu-Gi-Oh! In a while, they revised the rules so that whoever goes first doesn't draw. Personally, I actually don't think that was a great rule revision. But it is not the worst rule revision they did. And anyone who played in the Link era knows what I'm talking about there. I said they did need to do something about pendulums, so... Alright, so... Okay, ooh! Throwing out early Decoy Dragon, so... Yeah, and then just dropping everything you can into the grave, okay. Just so you know, the AI will pretty much never attack into Decoy Dragon, ever. No matter what you do, so Kaiba's pretty much safe until... Chaos Emperor Dragon... Yeah, that's expected. If anyone's wondering why Kaiba's not using his Synchro Summon, he just straight up doesn't have it. I was a bit choosy about who got their, like, more modern support and who wasn't. Actually, to be fair, this version of Kaiba might actually have his, Synchro Monster. But he's still never going to summon it because it's 2,500 attack, and the AI won't see the benefits. Alright. Not sure why the face down Marauding Cat. No, to be fair, he probably just doesn't have Bakura Knight in his hand. Ooh, early Fiber Jar. To be fair, it's probably the best way to reset the board here. And man, the amount of damage that does to Kaiba. Don't ask me why the AI always goes for a Dark Chorus. By the way, I've got no idea. That's a risky play to put all United just stands on the one, but I get it. 8 and 5 blue. Probably has a face down virus card. No, if he had a face down virus card, he would have used it when his monster was going to get run over. So who knows? To be honest, there were a few cards that I could have given Kaiba here, like Thunder and Dragon and... Do I have a dragon? Yeah. You still got Dimension Fusion in his deck, so he can get those blue eyes back. Oh, that was funny. No, do you 5-headed dragon? Oh god. Oh, he's gotten rid of all 3 of his blue eyes. He's in trouble. That's right, because blue eyes didn't get shuffled. His original blue eyes didn't get shuffled in by Fiber Jar. There's not a whole lot he can do now. Man, to think a single bottomless went this hard. No, that's Kaiba's loss. Yeah, because he banished all of his beaters. All of his beaters are gone. That Dragon's Mirror was a bad play on Kaiba's part. Is he going to be exactly 0? Yeah, exactly 0. There you go. Joey takes the first semis. 2-0. And he pinched that back, hey. Maybe Joey will take the first thing. It'll be the very first time he's ever done it, I'm not going to lie. But next up is Seto versus Duke. And I think Duke's into challenging position. Yeah, Duke is. Duke. I have no idea what Kaiba would... Kaiba would probably respect Duke, realistically. Oh. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, now that I've said the thing about Thunder and Dragon, part of me is really tempted to give Kaiba the Thunder and Dragon. Give me your thoughts on if you think that's a good idea or not, but just because he used Thunder Dragons, and Thunder and Dragon is an Xyz monster that was basically made for Blue Eyes. Early Flint. Quick Jade Knight. Ooh. Alright, so as you'd expect, Duke, beyond just having Gradius cards in his deck, uses a lot of dice cards. And if anyone's wondering why Ogroth isn't in his deck, Ogroth's not in the game. Don't look at me. Okay, so he's just going to fill up Kaiba's field with Blue Eyes for me. Never mind. Oh! Oh, Obelisk! This is a treat. Level Cyberjar? Please not Cyberjar, dude. No, it's not Cyberjar, thank God. I was going to be so sad if he summoned Obelisk only to immediately Cyberjar it. Okay, so Petin goes away. Widespread for... Ooh. I kind of forgot that could even affect Obelisk. Because Obelisk can't be targeted, but I don't think Widespread Ruin targets, does it? Yeah, no, it doesn't target. So yeah, that can actually hit Obelisk. Level 2, that's going to be Giant Germ or Morphing Jar. Two Giant Germs? Meanwhile, Duke's just going to continuously build up his board. Man, this took such a sharp turn. Oh no. I need to take this away from him because he just kills himself every time. Alright, what are you going to do about the 2,100 damage coming your way next turn? I think it's flintlocked anyway. Thought so. Ugh, Kaiba. You're a pain. I mean, look, I'll give him that he's got Blue Eyes out. Like, that is objectively a good move. Summons main blasts blue. Oh, he does have Chaos Emperor Dragon in this deck. I actually fully forgot about that. But man, that Maiden of Ice Blue is literally doing nothing now. We're not better than that. Unless that's a Crush Card Virus, that could go hard here for him. Ordinarily, Duke's deck is pretty much immune to Crush Card Virus. Do not summon it. Please do not summon it. He didn't summon it. He didn't summon it. He summoned it. Why? Ugh. Kaiba in the challenging position. The irony there being that, like, Duke ran over Obelisk and played through a Blue Eyes Ultimate. I couldn't have scripted this. This is so different to how all the other tournaments have gone as well. It's absolutely maddening. I actually kind of hope we get Joey versus Duke in the finals. You know, one of the two people who was desperately trying to date Serenity. I think that would be a nice little... Opening graceful, okay. Throws away the Petin, getting out another Petin. Suitably cool music, I'm not gonna lie. He actually got the 5 from Sixth Sense. Draw 5. Oh god. Okay. He has a giant gem in his hand. Yeah, he's got a giant gem in his hand. Yeah. I didn't even think about the fact that Flintlock is 1500 attack or more. I genuinely thought that Duke's deck was mostly immune to that. For anyone wondering, Crush Card Virus got a errata a few years in, completely changed how it works, made it a significantly worse card, and unfortunately this game does not have a way to play the pre-errata version. A lot of disruption. Being blunt, no idea why I gave that to Duke. Just felt like a card he'd have. Okay, spell dice out. Unless you're doing Obelisk, I'm gonna be very mad, mate. Okay, he's Obelisking. He heard me. Alright, so Duke's now on the defensive again. We've not seen anything Blue Eyes or Dragon related from Kaiba so far. Just Dark Monsters and Virus cards. This is just kind of a silly, like, thing to point out, but I know a lot of people be like, where's XYZ? It's worth remembering that Kaiba kind of played his XYZ deck specifically against Atem because he wanted to get into a beatdown matchup. He actively modified his deck to not include his virus cards because he wanted to beat Yugi in his own game. That's what costs him the duel in the end. So this is probably what he was playing for the majority of the Battle City arc, where he was focusing more on his viruses. Not sure what Duke's plan is here. Ooh, hit into a Cyber Jar. Negated the Cyber Jar. Probably didn't want to do that, because that was an easy way over Obelisk there. Not widespread. Okay. I am anxious about the fact that Kaiba's only got Obelisk on his board and he's doing nothing else each turn. Realistically, all Duke needs is a Solidarity and a Limiter Removal, and he just washes over Kaiba. It is fitting that Kaiba would like play this way, for the record. That's one half of what he needed. He's got the other half in his hand. Ooh, Petin. No, he doesn't. What are you doing, Duke? He survives with 100 life points. That is so clutch. You have one turn to work this out, mate. Or you can just, you know, be defensive, I guess. Okay, so that pretty much guarantees Duke will try and attack over Maiden. There we go. I mean, he will successfully attack over Maiden. It's just that will cost him the game unless he gets a really strong face down here. He did not get to his limiter removal. Wow. Talk about overkill from Kaiba there at the end. That was really like an anime duel. I'm not gonna that was fantastic. Duke surviving with 1 health. Obelisk hitting the board. Would Duke choose to go? Duke would probably choose to go first, realistically. His deck's a lot more defensive than Kaiba's. Kaiba. Seto Kaiba. Duke Devlin. I will say, starting from the next tournament, I might see if I can get some people on with me just to talk smack and hang out. So if you're finding me a bit boring, don't worry. You won't have to deal with me for too much longer. I also said it in the first part, I was inspired to do all this stuff by a YouTuber called Casual Cooper. He used to do these kind of tournaments, so if you're interested, go check him out. I'm also open to doing like Tag Force 1, 2, 3 tournaments in the future, but I won't do what I've done here where I've gone through and made every single character a custom deck. Jesus. Duke. Alright, damn. I won't talk for you. Holy crap. Okay. This play actually makes a lot of sense to me. Ooh. Kind of forget you can use it like that, eh? Genuinely always forget that Megamorph can also just lower the attack points of an opponent's monster. It's such a good card, I never think about that. Alright, well. I mean, he will end this with Alphabetical and his deck thinned a bit, but... Pegasus the Dark Clown is such a weird card for Kaiba to use. I get that it's a retrain of Sangan the Dark Clown that he used to use, but... Even Sangan was a weird choice for Kaiba. Alright, out comes the Force Raider. I mean, to be fair, Duke's doing a decent job of holding off defensively here, but I don't know. Is it going to be Wall of... What's the bet that's Wall of Disruption? It's not, okay. Ooh. Duke can't destroy that giant gem anymore. Never mind, he doesn't need to worry about that. It's gone. Lights White Dragon. Lucky 6 cents. Whoa! 6 cards, 6 cents. Okay, he's drawn into limiter removal. Yeah, thought so. Not in attack position, mate. Actually, to be fair, I don't know what other cards he's got in his hand. But then Kaiba can just Chaos Emperor Dragon end this. And if he's smart, he just will. Sorry, he won't. So, Kaiba gave up the win there. Bit of gloating from the OG. There we go. I don't know why he wasted a turn, but hey-ho. Kaiba takes the win, which means Kaiba's going to the finals. And also means that I'm going to end this recording. And next time we're going to do a best of 5 for the grand finale. So I will see you guys then. Bye!